Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to get started in a moment here. Louis will make his entrance, so please find a seat.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Class Day 2018. Let's begin with prayer. Lord God, as we close in on 60 years of the existence of our school, we thank you for all the many blessings we received through Emmanuel. We thank you for the facilities, for the workers, and especially for the students that you have placed in our care. May this school ever be, Emmanuel, God with us. Before Louis the Lancer walks in, I have an announcement to make. He's getting kind of hip as time goes on, and he wants a couple of things. First of all, see what I'm doing right now with my cell phone? I'm taking it out. And I'm putting it on silent, right? Yeah, we're all doing that now. Okay, very good. Thank you. Hey, this is Louis. Louis wants your phone on silent, so thank you. And he wants some walk-in music. So we're honored to oblige him in that. Sherman, you ready?
Test.
Well, welcome to Class Day once again. You know, usually Ross Rail is at the microphone. Today, obviously, you know that I am, and I know that makes a lot of you nervous right away. But it can't be helped. Ross Rail is not feeling very well today. He's still here. I think anybody else would be on his back in bed waiting us out. But he is down here. He's the engineer today, making sure everything goes well. But I will stumble and fumble my way through this for the next hour and a half, and I'm sure you'll be very patient. We continue today with music. Lori Lau has been an instrumental part of our music program here at Emmanuel. She not only directs the band at Messiah, but she has a lot to do with our own band here at Emmanuel. And I'd like to hand it over to her now as she explains the solo and ensemble program through the WSMA.
In spring, 12 high school students from Emmanuel's band, choral, and piano programs participated in the Wisconsin State Music Association's Step Solo and Ensemble District Festival in Palm Creek, Wisconsin. Emmanuel submitted 12 events at districts, and 7 of these events received scores high enough to perform and receive ratings at the state festival 2 weeks ago at the University of Wisconsin-Eau Claire. So I'd like to recognize the students who participated in the district and state festivals. First, we'll start with the districts, and I'll read the student's name and what they participated with, and then when everybody's stand and when everybody's finished standing, we'll have applause for the districts. So if we had Emma Bailey, flute choir, Rebecca Durst, clarinet solo, Agnes Falkenberg, alto sax, piano solo, and vocal quartet. Sarah Fox, flute choir, soprano solo, and vocal quartet. Olivia Thoreau, flute choir, piano solo, and vocal quartet. Kari Wales, violin solo, vocal quartet, and flute choir. And in 10th grade, Sarah Durst, marimba solo, Anthony Garibay, cello solo, Josie Nauman, flute choir, soprano solo, Eric Ryan, cello solo, And in 11th grade, Stephen Krause, trumpet solo, Crystal Fiddle, flute choir. And someone onto the stage, so rise one more time if your name is called. Rebecca Durst, Adri Falkenberg, Sarah Fox, Olivia Thurl, Kari Wales, and Sarah Durst, and Josie Allen. Thank you to our Heavenly Father for the musical gifts that He has given so many at this school. And throughout today's class day, we'll be having some of the performers play for us. And we'd like to start right now with Olivia Thurl on piano, followed by
Thank you, ladies. There will be 3 more such performances that made it to state in the S&E, the solo and ensemble program. But for now, turn your attention, your eyes to the screen over here and your ears to the band over here. For the next 15 minutes, we'll have a couple of numbers by the band while showing slides of the freshmen and the sophomores.
I'll introduce the 2 pieces we'll be doing. The second one is The Lion King. I'm sure you'll notice a lot of the songs from the movie. And the first one is called Afterlife, and it's by Rossano Gallant. And his intent of this piece was to capture in music what that would be like to pass from this life into everlasting life. And of course, we know that will be a joyous moment when we get to be with Jesus forever.
At Emmanuel, there are a lot of activities going on, and the students can collect co-curricular points, as we call them. On the screen, you can see kind of a breakdown, how many points you need to earn in co-curricular activities to get to various levels. And we have several in each of these, except for the fourth level. We only have one student, one very ambitious student that has achieved fourth level. Wonder who that could be. Well, let's find out. On this page, you see the first level winners, or award winners. and they have earned at least 30 points. You can see the names there, about 27 if you're counting. Here's those that have earned at least 60 points are in the second level. Some from 3 different grade levels here. So they collect them as they go. All sorts of different co-curricular activities. Third level winners, it starts becoming much more difficult. But as you can see, Grace Meyer is already there as a 10th grader. And some other names too. Noah Sitto is really close to 4th level already. He'll get that easily next year. And who is your 4th level? Yes. Coming up next is Adri Falkenberg on alto saxophone. We have the youngest band we've ever had. Last year we had 9 seniors that graduated, and we replaced them with 12 freshmen. And it's really a young band, but great to work with these students. And one of the newcomers, freshman, is Adri Falkenberg. And, if she's almost ready, she'll play her sonata. Thank you, Adri. That's really difficult stuff. She made it sound easy. Next up, athletics. We're going to start with the team awards. And we start with baseball. 1 year ago, after class day, so we didn't get to recognize them, but 1 year ago, our baseball team won the conference championship. And then went on to win the regional championship too last year. Great season for our baseball guys last year. In years past, we have walked the trophy up here and then showed it to you, but for the interest of saving time, we just zap it up there on the screen for you. Now, this school year, starting in the fall, we had another very good volleyball team again, despite losing some excellent players from the year before. our team just tends to reload whether we reloaded over years. They won the Dairyland tournament and also the Emmanuel Invitational, the one that we host here. Another excellent season for the volleyball team. And those are the team awards. Now, before we go on to individual awards, I'd like to direct your attention right here on my hand left as Sarah Durst plays the marimba like no one else. Thank you, Sarah. And her mother, Amanda, on accompaniment. Now we turn our attention to individual awards this year, starting with volleyball in the fall. And you can see a couple of first team accolades going to these two individuals, Alexis, Stephanie. First team. How many are on first team? Is it just 12, I think so, for 2 to come from our school? Or is it 10, Joe? Is it 10 or 12? Yeah, like, he just coaches. I think it's 12, but for 2 of them to come from our school, very nice accomplishment. Cross country, under the direction of head coach Steve Sido. First team, Dan Lau and Austin Carroll. And you can see Henry Lau is the second team for cross country. And the interesting thing about cross country and track is you are not voted into a position like first team or second team. You have to just prove it on the field on that particular day. At the conference meet, whoever gets first team, and whoever gets second team. So nice job, you guys. Basketball is next. For the boys, Jordan Rooks got first team, and Henry Lau second team. And we turn our attention to the spring sports and track and field. Here are your all-conference athletes. First team, you have Cassidy and Dan. You should see Cassidy jump. She can really jump. Triple jump, long jump. And Dan Lau, not long ago, he ran the 3,200 and he lapped all but 3 guys. I mean, it was almost unfair. They should have given everybody a 1 lap head start, and he still would have won. Second team, you can see Marissa, Sean, and Dan. Nice job, track. Now, baseball and softball are in progress. And now we announced a year ago today, we were able to announce the baseball winners. We recognized them at Class Day last year. But this year, that has not been done yet, and it will be, as you can see, on June 4th. Same thing will happen in softball, but last year we were not able to announce last year's all-conference athletes, so there they are. Our first team, Stephanie and Lauren, the pitcher and catcher. And softball and baseball are doing very well now again. Baseball just got a #1 seed for the tournament coming up. And softball, what are we now, 6-2 overall or something like that? Yeah, very good record so far. In a year that's been very challenging because of the ice and snow. So late into the season. Or so late into the spring, excuse me. I want to, at this time, if we can just press blank on the remote, Karen, thank you for your technology expertise there. I want to make mention right now of a student that graduated 4 years ago from our high school. His name is Darren Lau. 2014 he graduated, and you know about Darren a little bit. He's a runner extraordinaire. And I'd like to read a little something that's been prepared for him because we'd like to honor him today because of a recent accomplishment at the university where he attends. Darren Lau has been running since he was a little child. During high school at Emmanuel, he competed at state cross country all 4 years, finishing 33rd, and then 3rd, and 3rd, and 2nd. He was part of the first 2 track teams here at Emmanuel his junior and senior years. He won the Division III 3,200 meter at state his junior year. His senior year, 2014, he finished 2nd in the 1,600 meter, and he set a new state record in the 3,200 meter at 9 minutes and 7 seconds. I think it'd take me 9 days to run 3,200 meters. Anyway, after graduation, he turned down scholarship offers from many Big Ten schools, including Minnesota and Wisconsin, in order to run at UWEC. He liked the coaching staff and future teammates and running in his hometown. Over the next 4 years, he accumulated 13 All-American honors in cross-country, indoor, and outdoor track. In 2016, he was an important part of 2 national championship teams, both in cross-country and indoor track, both firsts for UWEC. This past fall, he became the first blue gold ever to become a national champion in cross country. He is currently nursing a foot injury and hopes to compete in next spring's outdoor season, finish his college run career. He regrets not being here today, but it is finals week for him as well. He's truly honored to be recognized by his alma mater, Emmanuel. And we have a photo of him right here, and we will carve out a niche for him in the trophy case. So as you come back to Emmanuel, you'll see a little honor to Darren Lau for all his accomplishments both here and now at the university. Thank you, Darren Lau. And then one more thing before Karen turns the screen back on. Before we finish with athletics, I want to take the opportunity to publicly thank my assistant athletic director, Karen. Oh, she hates this. Karen Johannes does so much for this school for the benefit of the students. But much of what she does is behind the scenes with planning and arranging and organizing, and it's so behind the scenes that it therefore goes unnoticed. But without people like her, we simply wouldn't be able to have an athletic program here at Emmanuel. And just for all of you, just so you all know, the day after she quits, I'm quitting too. Thank you, Karen, very much. And now for the next 10 minutes or so, why don't you please enjoy slides of the juniors and seniors as we play a couple of numbers over here. For the next portion of Class Day, I'd like to turn it over to Principal Joel Gullery.
All right, first of all, I'd like to say with academics, it's different than sports. Sports is on display, public competitions, and we really don't have a lot of public competitions for academics, but today we'd like to recognize those students. And of course, the students that we're going to recognize today are not the only ones that have worked hard. So first of all, I'd like to thank all those students throughout the year that you worked hard at your academics. And so the other thing I'd like to say is that students that work hard on their academics may not get trophies, but they get money through scholarships, right? So I try to tell the students, you know what, this is your job. You will actually get paid to do this. You won't get paid now, but you'll get a discount in college, right? So, all right, so let's move to, first of all, recognize our seniors who are graduating with honors. So I'd like the seniors that are listed on the screen to please stand and be recognized. Catherine have a star by her name? Well, she gets money. She has finished her senior year with the highest GPA in the class, which means that State Wisconsin is awarding her the Wisconsin Academic Excellence Scholarship. So I'd like to especially recognize Catherine here today. All right, so a subcategory of graduating with honors is another recognition by the President of the United States, and which is the President's Award for Educational Excellence. So what that is you take a look at the standardized test scores, and our students typically take the ACT, and students who, in addition to graduating with a 3.5, these students have scored at least an 85th percentile in math or reading. So, like those students who are listed on the screen to please stand and be recognized. And another special program that is at the national level is called the National Merit Scholarship Program. And how that is started, how the students are entered into that as they take the PSAT, the practice SAT. Approximately 1.6 million juniors take the PSAT annually. And so in the top 50,000 is what they call when you enter into the program. And we have one student who qualified this year, and his name is Daniel Masker. Please stand, Daniel. Daniel, what you need to do over the summer is study for the SAT, and hopefully next year we can recognize you as a finalist. All right, next we have the Academic All-Conference, and so these students are recognized by the Dairyland Conference for their academic excellence during the sport in which they played. And if you've played sports and gone to school at the same time, you know that's not always easy to balance. So I'd like to recognize the following, I think the seniors are first. Yes, several seniors. So please stand, seniors, and be recognized. are the juniors. Quite a long list there. Please stand if you are on screen juniors. And sophomores are next. Please stand and be recognized. And last but not least, we have the ninth graders. Please stand. So in order to qualify for this, they have to compete at the varsity level. So, of course, we have a lot more students that are also competing at the JV level and obtaining excellent grades as well. All right, this next award is given out to a student who is gifted in music. And you know the Sitto household, you know that music was incredibly important, especially to Mrs. Ruth Sitto. So this is a very special award that we award every year. And so this student who is getting this award is, in my experience, I have not met a musician at this level before. He has incredible talent. And you'll get to hear him play tonight at the choir concert. It is Timothy Peterson. Please come forward. This is also a very special award in honor of Joshua Snell. And we pick out 2 juniors who are dormitory students, and their qualities are being positive leaders on campus, being enthusiastic in their involvement on campus, and always cheerfully lend a willing hand. And if you've seen these students on campus, I can't say that I've ever seen them in a bad mood. They literally are smiling all the time, and especially if you ask them to help. So I'd like to ask Megan Johnston and Daniel Masker to please come forward. Next, we will have a student performance by Kari Wicks.
card. Well, that sounded difficult too. Nicely done. At this time, sitting up front right here under my nose is the dorm supervisor, Brian Fox. We'd like to bid him adieu today and thank him for his years of service. Brian, on a personal note, I'm going to miss our fishing trips together, both on boat and on ice. Remember that one time we went out in June, and I said, well, we're not going to catch any muskie. They don't bite in June. And Brian said, oh, you never know. And wouldn't you know it, he caught a muskie. He did, on Lake Wissota. Now, of course, it was 9 inches long. But it was a muskie. It was a muskie. It was a muskie. Way to go, Brian. Some of the guys in your dorm have put together a nice little tribute to you. Hope you enjoy it.
Brian's a great guy. He's a great dorm advisor. It should be called the Brian Fox Day. He's nice and dull guy. He's not bad. He's a big guy. Dully, young guy. A lot easier to tell him what's on your books to talk to everybody in your name. He's very good at having conversation with you. He knows how to keep up a conversation. You understand that. Fox is kind of attitude he's got along with. Really is. Brian is like a big brother and your dad, the same person. Right you, he also like direct you, make you feel at home. So thank you, Brian. Got a great personality and you know how to make you feel welcome. We had a lot of good times with Brian. Played a lot of practical jokes with him and on him, and he certainly always got Ethan. We had a lot of fun, whether it would be him bringing his squirt gun up to the top floor. I never really got back at it before. My favorite memory of Brian is when he got his water gun and he like treasured that thing, and then every time he'd like try to squirt us with it. We've all kind of grown a little and learned a few things. Personally, I've grown up quite a bit in the last couple of years, and I do have to give a decent amount of the credit to Brian. He's definitely going to be missed with all the shenanigans that go on, so it was really fun having those moments of fun, I think. Very strange. Awesome. It was really nice to get to know you freshman year, and then still being able to just hang out or talk, help chat, hold down, all this all the time, and really helped my freshman year. He just wanted to say thanks for everything. Have fun at Clarkson. I'll miss you.
As you heard from the video what a dorm parent can do for those under his care to make a very, very big difference. In all the years that Emmanuel has been a dormitory school, we have relied very heavily on the dormitory supervisors in both dorms, and we've been blessed by one after another, very capable Christian men and women to fill these jobs, which just a couple of hours ago I heard someone, a colleague of mine, say is the most challenging, most demanding, and most important, arguably, work done on this campus. And for 5 years, the Lord has blessed us with the mentoring, the guiding, the leading that Brian has done in North Hall. And to try to offer some sense of appreciation for your years of service here, I will be giving you, on behalf of the school, this plaque. And with that comes our thanks for your work of service to Emmanuel, the students under your care. We recognize the Lord has other plans for you, as in a matter of a few months you begin a new calling, a divine call, to teach in the sister day school that we have in Clarkston, Washington. We will certainly miss your presence around here and see you go off to that new calling with gratitude in our hearts. And I, for one, am grateful for having met you and having had you around here. Thank you, Brian.
One year from now, sitting in that chair will be Paul Schaller. He has announced that next year will be his final year teaching at Emmanuel. But that hasn't stopped him from regaling us one last time with some iambic pentameter. Yes, he strikes again. And he is the quill and parchment behind the manumission that'll be read now by the page. Please enjoy Louis' manumission.
When winter's grip at last doth take its leave, and May is in our midst with no more snow, I show my visor here in Astrolot, to bid my troops farewell and let them go. It is my joy when days have been well spent, with academic disciplines and sports, with knowledge of this world, its makers too, plus volleyball and basketball on court. Such fun was mine to see acquaintance made, when welcome party helped to break the ice, and lonely hammock hung in darkened wood, to startle lonely travelers once or twice. When visitors from distant realms arrive, in Astrolot yon campus for to see, some things they learned and some they must have known. Ask any girl, is spelled Anne with an E. At Christmas time, when sung songs by candlelight brought warmth to heart in spite of winter's chill, farewells were heard, and then within the moon, fresh greetings did the halls and classrooms fill. As muscles strained to run and jump and throw, the minds were exercised in ways severe, and while the hands held breaks, remotes, and phones, the hearts have strengthened for some future year. Now mini class and music festival have visited and vanished from our sight. Yon banquet has been eaten and enjoyed, and day afield left tired limbs by night. So here I send you troops on holiday, to rest, refresh, and practice in the world that needs to know your source of strength and joy before the heavens once again are furled. I cannot manumit you all at once, for track and field event must still be done, and some must soft or basely joust with ball before the summer shall have been begun. At each in turn I now must bid adieu, and send you forth from dorm and dining hall, from classroom to chapel, and from fields of play. Godspeed, farewell, until we meet in fall.
make a couple of announcements. Tonight's concert is at 7:30. And students on the back wall, after we close with the alma mater, on the back wall you'll find Karen Johannes will be back there handing out envelopes with your name on them with hardware, awards, and that kind of thing. Please see her after we're done. But before we get to the alma mater, the seniors have put together a very touching video, 5 or 6 minutes, of their thoughts. The class of 2018, I know you will enjoy this.
My 2 years at Emmanuel have been super fun, but with graduation approaching, it feels like my time here has only just begun. All the loud laughs with squinted eyes seem to have made time fly by. The day is here and we say our goodbyes. We open the door to our exciting new lives, but Emmanuel's still high in our hearts.
One thing that I really appreciate about Emmanuel is how willing the profs are to help you with things inside and outside the class. They are always there for you and willing to spend the extra time that they're not required to spend to make your high school experience a little bit better.
People, they actually care about you. Like, it's not just a job to them. They don't just go home and then come back to school and teach you and then never home again. They worry, they care.
They are usually willing to bend over backwards for anything you might need help with.
And I got to meet lots of nice teachers. She's a great teacher. One time I got behind my art project, and she stayed up late the night before and figured out how to get it fixed. And I came back to them, and she had it all planned out. That's that kind of, I appreciate that kind of stuff. And the teachers put in extra work.
To me, one of the best parts about Emmanuel is knowing that we all share the same faith and that all of the friendships that we make here have that strong of a foundation. And I feel like Emmanuel is a community, especially, all of us being in the dormitory or close to school, so that we all get to be a lot closer together.
I'm from Wyoming, so I come from a long ways away, and I don't get to go home a lot. I don't get to see my family a lot, and Emmanuel is great because it offers a second home for me, and it's given me that family experience all throughout high school. Although it's still at home whenever I'm here, and most of the year back whenever I do actually go home. And Frost and the friends that you make up here do an excellent job of making you feel like you're at home, even when you're 1,000 miles away.
There's nowhere I would have rather been through this whole time period than right here on campus with these people making the memories that I did. Our class has 24 people in it, who are kind of going in 24 different directions. We all started from the same spot. Whose focus was on Christ Jesus. So when we get lost along the way, we can always just go back to that.
One thing that struck me about Emmanuel, especially when I hear sing the alma mater, is that there's so much more to it than other colleges. I started doing college search senior year, and it's all hype, and there's nothing really deeply meaningful about these colleges. That's something that's just especially unique about Emmanuel. It's a very unique thing that we get to do. I think that not only is it something to think about, and it gives you chapel every day, you think about God every day, but it becomes kind of part of your routine. So God is part of our everyday routine.
The most special part about Emmanuel is the chance to hear God's word every day. I was reminded of this at the last track meet. It was Assumption Day and we missed the service, but we got a chance after the meeting before the awards to have our own service in the bus. It was just a great opportunity to be able to hear God's word every day, whether at track, because it seems odd for any other school, but it's normal to us, or at chapel and our religion classes. Just that opportunity is really great.
The experience I got here, where it's really become an everyday thing, that's ingrained in my mind. I think that's going to help me. I can see my future going well with that.
Some of the things I will miss most about going here to Emmanuel will be friendships I've made these past 4 years, and then the constant reminder that God is with us and will always be with us.
That's one thing that's just especially unique about Emmanuel, is that it trains you more than just this world. It trains you for the next world to come, which is the most important.
What I really like about the campus here at Manual is probably all the wildlife and all the trees and all the greenery. It's just really good craftsmanship on God's word.
As many people know, Manual means God with us. The Christian education is the foundation for the rest of our lives. I just want to say thank you. Thank you, God, for wonderful friends, teachers, coaches. I feel very blessed to have gotten here and had the chance to get to you in my Christian education. There are so many lessons to be thankful for in Manual. You just have to take a look around you and look at the little things, because looking back, the little things really are the big things.
There's a countless number of days when I just was not having a very good day. And then when you find the chapel, it turns out you hear exactly what you needed to hear. And that's the kind of thing that God gives to us through Manual. And that'll be for everything.
Many of us will be going in many different places next year, but we will always remember our common mother, whoever it is. No matter where we go, God will always be with us.
Just a reminder, tonight's concert is not here. It is out at Messiah at 7:30. Hopefully the air conditioning is going, right? And then tomorrow morning, though, 10 o'clock, right here under the big top, graduation service begins at 10. Hope to see you there. Let's all rise now for the alma mater.